lesson 2.5, distance between 2 points. The I can statements, after this lesson, you will be able to connect any 2 points on a coordinate grid. What is a coordinate grid? Exactly, the x and the y axis, the coordinate plane, the coordinate grid, what you had to draw your Packer bowl on. So you'll be able to put 2 points on that coordinate grid to a third point so that the 3 points form a right triangle. Then it says I can use the right triangle and the Pythagorean theorem to find the distance between the original 2 points. Let's practice. First of all, let's start out simple. Find the distance between the points. If needed, round the answer to the nearest tenth. Well, do we need to really do anything on this one? Do we have to do the Pythagorean theorem to tell me the distance between those 2 points? No, because it is that a vertical or a horizontal line? It's a horizontal line. So we can just count how many units. So how many units between those 2 points? How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? Because we're at the 2 and we're at the 8. 8 minus 2. That is 6 units long. Now this is what kind of line? Vertical or horizontal? Vertical. Vertical. And we don't need to use the Pythagorean theorem here because it's vertical. When they're vertical or horizontal, we can just count how many units they are. How many units long is this? The distance between those 2 points is? 11. Yes, good job. 11 what? Units. Yep, 11 units is the distance between those 2 points, C and D. But now you get into a diagonal. And you can't count units when it's a diagonal. So what do you suppose we're going to do? Make a what kind of a triangle? Right. You make a right triangle. So you'll come down here and you can make a point. Notice we can make a right triangle that way. Or would we get the same exact answer if I went up to this way? Made a right triangle that way? Yeah. Either one, you're going to get the exact same answer. All right? Now we can do our Pythagorean theorem. The line that we have to find the distance between would be our what? A, B, or C? C. That is our C. That is our hypotenuse. And then our legs are A and B right here. So we use our Pythagorean theorem, A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Now, what do I use for A? 3. Right, because it is 3 units. So 3 squared plus, what's B? 7 units, so 7 squared. So this is 3 units. This one is 7 units. And that still equals, we don't know what C is. So what is 3 squared? 9. Good. What is 7 squared? 49. Perfect. Add the 2 of these and we get 58. 58 equals C squared. Is 58 a perfect square? No. Nope. So here we're going to have to round to the nearest tenth. What is the square root of C squared? 7.6. Nope, of C squared. C equals, now the square root of 58? 7.6. 7.6, do we all agree? 7.6 what? That would be units. Nicely done. So we know, does that make sense now? 7.6. If this is 3 and this is 7, 7.6, does that make sense for our answer? I'm seeing you shake your head yes. Why? Because the C always has to be the longest, and 7.6 is bigger than the 7 and the 3. We rock. All right. Calculate the distance from the given point at -7, 4. If needed, round to the nearest answer. Are we missing something here? What do we need to know?
You do what it says and then plot it, and then you have to make your lines to make a triangle.
Exactly. So here's our given point, G. Now we have to plot this one, a -7 and 4. So from the origin, where do I go? I always go left or right first. Which way do I go? Left or right? Left to the -7 right here. Now where? Up or down? Up to the 4. So we need to find the distance now between those two given points. Here to here. And then, so do you want to make your right triangle going up over here or down here? Does it matter?
No.
Okay, so you want me to make it up here into the quadrant 1, or do you want me to make it down here into quadrant 4?
Quadrant 4.
Okay, quadrant 4 it is. So we got to go straight over from the G, and we got to make sure that we're where? Where do I stop? I have to stop at the where?
-7.
I have to be at the -7 also, right there. So it's right below.
No, you missed.
Did I miss one? I gotta bring it over, don't I? Oops, my bad. And extend this. There we go. Now we have our right triangle. Now what? What do I do now?
Pick theory.
Do we know this distance? Nope, so this is our C, that's our hypotenuse, we need to find that. If this is A, how long is A?
11.
Everybody agree? So this is 11 units. How long is B? That also is 11 units. So what squared? What's my equation? What do I write? 11 squared plus good. 11 squared equals good. And this is a memorization one. What's 11 times 11?
121.
Nice. 121 plus 121 is what?
242.
242. You guys are on fire for a Monday morning. 242 equals C squared. What's the square root of C squared?
C.
What's the square root of 242?
15.6 units.
Everybody agree? 0.6? Did it terminate or did it keep going on? So did you have to round it? Was this a 5 and you had to round it to a 6?
Yeah.
And it is units, like you said. Questions on that one? All right, I'm going to give you a minute. I want you to plot both of these points on your coordinate grid and then make your right triangle. And it won't matter which way you make your right triangle, just make one. All right, because we'll both get the same answer no matter which way we go. We had some problems putting our points on our grid. Make sure you're looking at the positive and the negative signs. +5, -6. So you go over here to the +5, down to the -6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The -6. The other one, -2, +1. So here's your -2 and then to the +1 right there. Here's your C, your A, and your B. How long was A?
7.
That was 7. How long was B? That was also 7. Did anybody in here make their right triangle going this way? Did anyone make their triangle that way? Did you end up still getting the same answer? Sure did, because it's still 7 and 7. All right, so you ended up getting 7 squared plus 7 squared equals c squared. 49 plus 49 equals c squared. Add these together. 98 equals c squared, the square root of each. C equals, and it rounds to 9 point what?
9.
You should get 9.9 units. Does that make sense? If this is 9.9, is that the longest side? Yes, it is. Okay, next one. Another practice, all right? Now you nailed the triangle on this one. Make sure you get your points right so you don't have to do it all over. Plot your points. Draw your right triangle and come up with the hypotenuse. That 0, 3 got a lot of you. And some of you were on the -5 and then you went down to the -8 as well. Like I said, you guys got to watch those signs because then it ends up, you don't plot your points right, you're going to get lose all your points for your hypotenuse and your work. So the first one, 0 and 3. 0 is right here and then up to the +3. Then we have -5 and +8. Some of you went to the -8. All right, so there we have the distance between those 2 points will be our hypotenuse. We need to come over here, make our right angle. And we have our A and our B. So how long is A? They happen to be the same length, don't they, again? So now we have 5 squared plus 5 squared equals c squared. 25 plus 25 equals c squared. 50 equals c squared. Oops, c squared. And the square roots. C equals the square root of 50 rounded to the nearest 10th. Nice, 7.1 units. All right, we have one left before you can start your homework, and then you have to grab a new packet. I'll get you the, or no, this is the last page in your other packet, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so do the work and raise your hand. I'll check your answer. If it's right, you can start pages 7 and 8 in the packet. On this last problem right here. Again, make sure you have the points in the right spot. -2, -7 is down here. And then +1, +4 is up here. You have yours, this, C, A, and B. How long are your A and your B? A is 11. What is B? 3. That's going to help some of you. So you're going to have 11 squared plus 3 squared equals C squared. So 11 squared was 121 plus what's 3 squared? Not 6, but 9 equals C squared. So we get 130 equals C squared. Square root is C equals, and the square root of 130 rounded to the nearest 10th is 11 point what? 11.8? 11.4. Excellent. And it was units. A lot of you even had it labeled, which was very impressive. All right, so start your homework, the last 2 pages, 7 and 8 in your packet.